brought your love home to me. Now I whisper in my talk with God above. I want to thank Him for sending me you to love, because this time I feel it to the bone. Got to keep love strong, keep it strong. This time I feel it to the bone. Got to keep love strong. I know that loving me has sent you through a change or two. Sometimes I wonder how you remain so true. If I forget to tell you, I hope that you can see the feeling in my heart and how much you mean to me, because this time I feel it to the bone. Got to keep love strong, keep it strong. This time I feel it to the bone. Got to keep love strong. I love you, baby, that's forever. Even though we may see a little stormy weather, got to keep this ship from capsizing. Got to keep our love light on the rise, yeah, because... No, Barbara, you cannot have a 5% sales tax for the 5th time, and don't ask me again or I'll spank you and send you to your room without dinner. Now, enough is enough. Good evening and welcome to Street Level. I'm Gregory Franklin, and this is Paul Blakey. By now, I hope that most of the people who are tuned into this program know the drill. This is a live call-in show. It's Tuesday, October 26th? 26th. Tuesday, October 26th. And if you're watching us Tuesday night, then this is live, and you can call us on the number that will appear on your screen magically in seconds. Watch it. Anyway, the whole object of the show is to give you an opportunity to talk to Portland about whatever you have on your mind tonight. And you can do that by calling the number that will appear on your screen any second. We also have a trivia contest tonight in which we will offer you a chance to win one of these fabulous prizes right here. For those of you who like country and western music, we have a tape by Gary Morris. For those of you who like rock or pop and jazz, we have Mr. Mister. And for those of you who don't like music at all, we have the fabulous Lindenwald CZ Diamond that you can win tonight. And the question that I'm going to ask you, and anybody can answer this when they call in tonight, the question I'm going to ask you is this. Many people believe that Michael Jackson's first solo album was Off the Wall, produced in 1983 after the Jackson 5 broke up. However, he recorded 2 albums as a solo artist long before leaving the Jackson 5. Name one of them, and you could win one of these fabulous prizes. Anyway, we have a list of things that we won't talk about, and they are...
Elvis sightings, the personal lives of any royal family, including the Kennedys or the Jacksons, over-the-counter topical anal or vaginal moisture medications. I have a problem with that one. And
do you need to talk about those
for
things,
that
Paul?
very special person.
Do you need to talk about over-the-counter topical anal itch medication?
Not at this time, no.
Anyway, that's a list of things that that we won't talk about. So if you absolutely must talk about those things, then you can call 287-8843 or caller, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm glad the show's on. And I was wondering, where did you guys film that scene with you in the opening when you're walking down the street? Where is that at? And also, what's the latest on the apartheid situation in South Africa? Are you going to talk about that? And as far as Barbara goes, is trying to get a sales tax passed, I'd like to encourage everybody not to vote for it.
I like you.
Bunk.
I like you. What's your name?
Can I ask you?
Before. My name is Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. Are you a renter?
Yes, unfortunately.
Are you single?
Yes.
That's. I think that's. We're coming down lines here, okay? If you don't own a house or business, the sales tax does no good for you. Here.
What? Are you still there?
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, this is the first time calling.
Hi. Well, I'm glad you called.
What happened?
Nothing. I think you're still with us.
I got dial tone.
Yeah, well,
Are
we're
you still
crazy, so yeah, come in. What do you got?
What is this 5% sales tax all about anyway here in Oklahoma?
5% sales tax is something that the government seems to be trying to do because they don't want to practice fiscal discipline. And I personally am angry about it. I don't like that whole idea. I don't like the idea of the sales tax because I really don't think it's needed for a couple of reasons. First of all, because of the growing population of the state of Oregon and because of increased business participation in the state, there is a larger tax base now than there was when Measure 5 passed. So the actual amount of money that the state is getting in taxes is larger than it was when Measure 5 was passed. I don't think that they really need the money. I think it's just being misappropriated. You still there?
My feeling on the whole thing is, you know, I totally believe in misappropriation. However, they, I personally don't think that has anything to do with it. They're dogs, sluts, pigs. You've never seen them give any money back. It's kind of like Packwood in his diaries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I don't want to see anybody get burned, but we do really need to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
We need to know what's happening. One of the things I keep harping on is they need to give back part of their salaries. Not that they don't deserve the money. We can't afford it. We don't have the money to pay everybody. Everybody should chip in. If they're going to ask me as a middle class wage earner to chip in, rich, poor politicians, they should all chip in. Governor Roberts, she hasn't chipped in a dime of her salary.
Mm-hmm.
They got a rug that's more than my whole last year's salary. So.
We got a phone call? Great, caller, you're on the air.
Hi.
I just got cut off a moment ago.
I need to hear the caller. I can barely hear you. They're
Okay,
doing this
you
technical
just got
stuff.
cut off. What was your comment?
Well, the question is, what are the big, the ideas on a 5% sales tax?
I need to hear the caller.
Well, a 5% sales tax is.
Got no audio on this either.
Are you
I need to hear the caller.
Are you single?
No?
Are you married? Hello?
Okay.
They're really gone.
Yeah. Okay. Let's let them work that stuff out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We have a bug in the system. Keep calling.
We need a couple of minutes to get our phones together, and
Yeah.
we will, I promise, because we want you to call us. In the meantime, I'm sorry? Okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, actually, it is time for the soapbox. I have an editorial.
Oh, that one?
This is the very one. I'm climbing on my soapbox now. I have an editorial, and this one I think is...
Excuse me a second. This is a Brand X soapbox. Okay? Okay.
There you
Go
go.
ahead. Yeah.
There you go. This is my this is Gregory ranting and raving about my issue of the week. This if you happen to call in and you don't want to talk about what I'm talking about, it's okay. You can change the subject. But right now, since it's my show and I'm in charge, I'm going to do an editorial. On Thursday and Friday of this week, the Oregon Health Division, in association with several other local groups, will hold the second regional gay, lesbian, and bisexual youth conference at the Greenwood Inn in Beaverton. They will once again discuss what to teach our children about human diversity, tolerance, and sexual orientation in Oregon schools. And, as was the case with the same event last year, there will be lots of arguing about what is appropriate to teach children about each other, about each other's parents and friends. There is no doubt that the Oregon Citizens Alliance will be there to insist that any acceptance of homosexuality in school curriculum will warp children's minds and cause them to become homosexuals, as if their sexuality could be determined by mere exposure to a different viewpoint. They will insist that to teach tolerance and acceptance of homosexuality equals state endorsement of specific sexual acts that they find offensive, and they will gladly describe those acts in graphic detail as if those details were actually the proposed curriculum to be force-fed to your children. And parents who haven't done their own homework will be easy prey to that kind of manipulation. Trust me, the Oregon Citizens Alliance knows all the right words to make homosexuality sound like the demon from hell they believe it to be. You'll hear every one of those words next year when the OCA tries to force yet another divisive anti-gay ballot measure down the throats of Oregon voters. I'm foaming at the mouth. Stop me.
Yeah.
Stop me.
Please.
But the real issue for me concerns a recent study by the Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta. That study claims that one of the most significant health risks facing American youth today is teen suicide. The study goes on to say that a third of all teen suicides are gay or lesbian youth. 1 out of every 3 young gay and lesbian people will make an attempt to end their own life this year, and of those who try, 1 in 3 will succeed. The statistics show that the world is such a hostile place for gay and lesbian youth that 1 in 3 will consider it a viable option to end their own lives. Please let that sink in for a moment. Young gay or lesbian people are taught that it is so bad to be a homosexual that 1 out of every 3 of them would rather die than have to live with it. I want to ask everyone within the sound of my voice to call the Greenwood Inn this weekend and encourage the people who attend that conference to recommend that Project 10, or a teaching tool like it, become part of the curriculum of every school in this state. Project 10 will not only teach Oregon youth to tolerate homosexuals, but will teach them to honor the diversity of all people, of all colors, nationalities, background, religions, and cultures. If we can teach our children not to hate and mistrust one another for irrational reasons, we will at least have a chance of leaving them a world in better condition than the way we found it. Please call the number on your screen this weekend and tell them how you feel, because neither of us really knows who the next child will be who kills him or herself right here in Oregon. Project 10 and teaching tools like it may save the lives of hundreds of young people, maybe even your own kid. That number is on your screen right now. Please write it down, and this weekend talk to anyone who you can at the Greenwood Inn and encourage them to do something about that. And that is my soapbox issue for today. I believe we have a caller. Whoa.
Hello?
Caller, are you with us?
Hello?
Hello.
There you are. You just come back on the screen. I guess one comment to make about that. If everybody would accept that there are gay homosexual youth out there and don't make a big issue about it, being all big old bad things and stuff, I don't think the suicide statistic would be so bad.
I really don't either. I think one of the things that we need to understand is that most of us respond to what we are taught, okay? And I really do believe that we're taught racism at a very early age, and that's one of the reasons why I favor something like Project 10. Because, I mean, I remember my years, being a gay person and being in high school and how much I had to go through. And I really don't have any questions why gay and lesbian youth are attempting suicide. I mean, they're considered pariahs. And part of the reason is because of ignorance about reality. And Project 10 or teaching tools like it can help to do something about that. Are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Did you want to answer today's trivia question?
Yeah, what's the trivia question?
Okay. Today's trivia question is, Many people believe that Michael Jackson's first solo album was Off the Wall, recorded in 1983 after the Jackson 5 broke up. However, he recorded 2 albums as a solo artist long before leaving the Jackson 5. Name one of them.
I have the foggiest idea.
That's a shame because you could have won one of these
one
fabulous
of them
prizes.
is a movie. One of them is the name of a movie.
Don't give away the store, man. Are you
got
still
a
there?
clue? Hi. You got a clue?
Are you still there?
He was also famous.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Don't tell him.
I like what you said. Because if I stand too close to you, next thing you know, I will be gay.
And I'll be black, and I'll start like start like rap
Exactly.
music.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We got a caller.
Then you'd be
Caller?
on beat. Hey there.
Caller, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah.
This is Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
I couldn't tell if I was on the air or not, but
You are now.
yeah, you guys are talking about some really interesting things, and I pretty much generally agree with what you're talking about.
Well, please don't.
But I
Don't-
do. I can't help myself.
Okay.
I have the same basic views as you do.
Okay.
Even though I'm not gay or lesbian, I am a supporter and have lots of loving friends that I care about very much that happen to be.
Mhm.
And also my younger sister happens to be. And recently came out from, it's just
How did
life
you
to me.
How did your parents deal with that revelation?
Well, we're really lucky because we come from a very giving, caring, loving, supportive family.
Cool.
So it was like, oh, really? Everybody was surprised because for her as an individual, it's coming out of nowhere because she was always with men generally. But other than that, it was a surprise just because we didn't see it coming. But other than that, it was like basically no big deal.
Great.
I think
Whatever.
Fantastic.
you have enlightened parents, and when you if you
They're
see them
people-
today,
They're products of the 60s. So, they grew up in the 60s and were having kids of their own in the 60s when they should have been teenagers running around having fun. And so, they just kind of
Yeah.
worked it out, and it would be inappropriate in my family to be any other way but supportive of what people choose as individuals. As long as you're not harming anybody, nobody's harming you. We don't generally care.
that's great.
Well-
Listen, next time you see your parents, I want you to give them a big hug for us and say thank you for being who they are.
Sure. Yeah, because we could use that. We can use more of that, actually.
Sherry, did you? I don't think I gave you an opportunity to answer our trivia question and win a fabulous prize.
Can I answer another question? Because I don't know the. Is it Ben?
Yes, it is. She got
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yes, it is.
That's
Yeah.
Nice work.
no more.
That's the one. That's the one. You can choose one of these fabulous prizes here.
The one in the middle.
The one in the middle, the fabulous Lindenwald zirconia.
No.
No?
The second choice you gave was the rock. Well, no, rock and. what is
Mr.
it?
Mister.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's gonna bring it over to my house?
I will mail it to you.
Okay.
Okay. Now don't hang up the phone.
Who's
but-
going to bring it over?
Because-
I won't hang up. Tell him not to cut me off.
Okay. Don't hang up.
Right.
Is there anything that you wanted to talk about other than that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really, you guys hit a nerve when you were talking about misappropriation of government funds.
Yeah.
You are so right. If they clean up their act, and if we saw, I wouldn't be so opposed to a sales tax if I saw where the state is really trying to clean up its act and clean up the waste, government waste, and the bureaucracy and the over income budget
Mm-hmm.
that the guy next to you was mentioning. What was it?
Paul?
Paul.
Yeah.
You were saying their wages and salaries are way too high. I completely agree. And you really hit a nerve when you said the carpet costs more than what you made all year. I hear you. I'm in the same boat. And I think that's bunk. We shouldn't be paying for stuff like that as taxpayers when we got too many homeless Oregonians. Not
Exactly.
just the transient homeless, but we're talking Oregonians who are homeless and very hungry and very, very poor.
Well, the thing is, when we're doing really well, okay, then we can start, throwing money out on the street and burning it, lighting cigarettes or cigars with it. Not a problem. But we're not.
That isn't how it is right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we are in trouble. And the thing is, everybody has to pitch in, but it seems like Clinton, Barbara Walters, the electric company, the
Barbara
water people,
Walters? Roberts.
Roberts, whatever her name is, okay.
Barbara
All of
Wawa.
them. Yeah, Wawa. Okay, they're all coming in and saying, yo, middle class, chip in, give us, give us, give us, and what I find is like my income is just going to go down, 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 year after year, because I don't get a raise like that. TCI got a 5% raise, and they're coming back for more. They're coming back for more. That cable thing, you know what they ended up with? Basic cable is $10.21. Then they made expanded cable, which is only a few extra channels. It's also an extra $10.21. I mean, a couple bucks is one thing, but we're talking double.
I'm not really sure that the problem is how much our legislators make, because from the research that I did, I was pretty shocked. They only make about $1,000 a month, you know, which is about what I make. But the point is that
every little bit helps.
We seem to have enough money to do major projects like I think we're spending $668 million on a light rail going to Aloha, where there isn't enough money in that very city to educate children. And I think that there's something terribly wrong with how we're prioritizing money.
Okay, no, that's true, okay? But the thing is, that's just one of the projects, and the legislatures are another, because we're not talking homeless people here. We're not talking people without their own ways to get about getting change, people that are out of business, out of work. We're not, I mean, they got a lot of things going for them. It's not that they don't deserve it. Don't get me wrong, and they don't work hard for it. But we can't afford it. It's like Bob Packwood. Okay.
Don't get me started.
Okay.
Sherry, are you still there? Sherry, are you there?
You know, Packwood.
I hope that you gave us your address, because I need that to send you.
Right.
And
Bob,
Sherry, if we didn't get your address, call us back and make sure we get it, because I
Right.
need that.
Okay, now I want to say this before we go. Bob Packwood, okay? Remember, he does not live here in Oregon. He does not have a single residence here.
Mm-hmm.
He just bought a $222,000 condo in Washington, D.C.
Shall we get it? Shall we trash Bob Packwood? Okay. I'll trash Bob Packwood later, because we got a call. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello.
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 Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, I was calling about the trivia question. I want another one.
Nope, we gave away our prize for tonight. Next week at 8 o'clock on Channel 33, right here, same time, same station, we'll give away another prize.
Somebody laughed. They hung up.
Okay, is there another caller? Okay.
Cool. Hi.
Caller, you're on the air. Hello. Does that mean I get it to get into trashing Bob Packwood?
Cool, cool.
All right.
Next, me next. Go ahead.
I want to, last time we were on, I was just about to get into this story about Bob Packwood, which I thought was great. He's spent about $250,000 of campaign funds that were given to him to get himself reelected into office, his campaign funds. He's used about $250,000 of that in his defense in the Senate against charges of sexual misconduct. And I think it is interesting, in this same article, they explained that the sergeant-at-arms had to go into Packwood's office and physically pick him up and carry him onto the Senate floor for a quorum call to cast a vote on a bill about
Sexual harassment?
campaign reform, campaign funding reform.
Right.
I
Yeah,
thought that was so
that's
great.
right. You told me about
And I
that,
just
yeah.
wish I would have
Yeah.
been there to see them drag this guy in,
Right,
physically
feet-
drag him.
Yeah, feet off the floor, just...
They said they dragged him into the chambers feet first.
Well, you know, I haven't read that. I since you told me about it, I've been looking for it. But, okay. I'm not, I don't really want to trash Bob.
After this
However-
week? After what?
However,
You'll make
Okay.
an exception in this case?
yeah. I think he is a prime example of our legislature, state and federal, in action. Because, like I said, he just bought a $200,000 condo in Washington. He doesn't even have a house here. Nothing. He has absolutely no property in this state.
If you were Bob Packwood, would you come here? If I were Bob Packwood, I would stay as far away from Oregon as I could. Okay?
Then
I think
then he should not be an Oregon senator.
you're
He
preaching
should
to
be a
the choir.
Washington D.C. senator.
You're preaching to
Okay.
the choir.
Okay, because I mean, I don't care if it's between terms. He ought to be moving on. I don't think that's right.
I think that would be the honorable thing to do, you know, with somebody who's in the kind of trouble that he is.
Okay,
But we're not dealing with an honorable guy.
No, well, it's not a question. Well, you heard some of the stuff he's been blackmailing those senators.
That was the latest. That was the latest thing. I thought that was so sleazy.
If you
He walks
talk
into the-
if you talk on me, I'm talking on you.
Oh man, what a mess.
It's spectacular.
But I thought, you know, he
Or
just
Bob.
brazenly walked into the Senate when the Senate subcommittee that was investigating him, 6-0, voted that they wanted to have a look at his personal diaries
Sure.
to get further information about his association with some of these people who had accused him of sexual misconduct. And he walks into the Senate and says, well, there are other things in this diary, and some of it is about you guys.
Yeah, but wait a second.
And
Wait.
so-
But what he said was, my lawyer said. Okay, he didn't say that. I mean, he didn't say it point blank. He said, this is from his lawyer.
Mhm.
He made all this through his lawyer. I heard it today on television. Through his lawyer. I mean, that's how sleazy he is. I mean, he wrote the damn diary. What's in it, Bob? Well, his lawyer's going to tell him.
And this from a guy who also used campaign funds to produce a videotape
Bingo.
that,
Yeah.
videotape that depicts Oregonians who called for his resignation as what is it? Fanatic extremists. Fanatic extremists. We got a call, I think, caller. Oh, we waited too long.
Yeah, we did. You know
We
what,
got to
though?
act quick.
You know what? Okay, there was a, I want to talk about the OCA.
You do? Go ahead.
They've been really kind of getting on my nerves. Actually, Alon Mabon was in the news today because he's... Hello? We have a call?
Caller, you on the air? Okay.
We had a, he's up the creek for, tax evasion. And they don't call it tax evasion, but he's like $40,000 worth of not paying taxes.
Oh, you know what else? I heard that that he is being sued by this guy who was evidently part of a human relations commission in Eugene, because the Oregon Citizens Alliance publicized that he was gay and he was not, and the Oregon Citizens Alliance wants to subpoena his medical records.
And yeah, they
Was it you that was telling me about
yeah,
that?
yeah. They wanted to,
Caller.
hey there.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Pretty good.
What's your guys' opinion on the Menendez brothers' trial? I personally think that they should burn because they seem so guilty. I've been watching it on Court TV, and they are lame in their defense, big time.
Well, I think they were looking for the money first.
Oh, obviously.
I've been watching it. Yeah, like you said.
Billionaires Boys
Court
Club
TV.
and all that.
Yeah.
You know, their cousin was involved in that situation, Billionaire Boys Club situation.
Is that right?
Yes, and plus they reviewed the movie like 3 weeks before this all came down. Obviously. I mean, have you guys been watching it on Court TV?
Yes,
I
have.
haven't,
I have. I've been. Well, I mean,
Stop
not
reading.
regularly, but
I
you
feel
know,
sorry for them because, okay, given they were sexually molested, but this is wrong. But, come on. They're out of the house away at college. They come back and kill years later. Get off.
Well, okay, wait. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think the crux of it is dough.
Right. I agree.
Their attitude, their dress, everything is shown nothing but cash. Nothing but cash.
Mm-hmm.
What's your name, caller?
Sherry.
Sherry.
You know when you guys were commenting on Bob Packwood?
Yeah.
All I know, if he happened to be an African-American senator, his ass would be railroaded out of there just as quick.
You know, that might be the case.
You
That
know
really
it
might be
is.
the case.
Come on now.
You got any black paint?
You want him out of there.
Big time, quick. Yeah, he's a dog.
Okay.
He's a dog. Thanks a lot, caller. We appreciate it. Call back again.
Okay, is there another caller?
Hello?
Hello, how you doing?
Okay. I just tuned in your show a little bit late, but I had a question. You were talking about our governor spending money and wasting it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Our one-term governor, I should say. She signed a bill, Senate Bill 975. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I'm not.
Basically, if you are employed in one of 7 professional occupations where you receive a state license and you become in arrearage in your child support, they will pull your professional license.
Wow.
Now, it's only 7 occupations. Now, of these occupations are predominantly male, middle, and lower income. Now,
Do you happen to know what the occupations were?
I believe I can name all of them.
Okay.
Landscapers, realtors, truck drivers, commercial fishermen, plumbers, electricians, and I forgot the other 1 or 2 there.
Oh.
I wonder why only a few occupations were picked out for that.
Well,
Good question. They
okay,
said they
we-
didn't have the funds for it.
No, I think I think that's one real good idea, but
It's stupid.
because
when we're
one of
short
the
on
things,
cash,
medical doctors are the biggest ones who do not pay their student loans back.
well, it's discriminatory. Why don't they have beauticians in there, child care providers?
Well, okay, beauticians don't make any money. I mean, we're
Truck
talking.
drivers don't make a whole lot, and neither do truckers.
Okay, no.
Landscape people don't make all that much either.
That's true. But I mean, I really can understand why they don't target beauticians. However, doctors are notorious for not paying back their loans.
Uh-huh.
And I really feel them, dentists, and I mean, they should start at the upper end of the scale.
They should start with everybody.
If they're gonna do that to some people, they should do it to
And
everybody.
Also, what this could possibly create is more people going on the state dole, because now you might have another family going on welfare.
Yeah.
And who's going to pay for these people to be retrained? How will they come up with the money for that?
Well, okay,
I mean, it goes
now,
on and on.
now we're talking my pet peeve, NAFTA. If American companies move down to Mexico or the Caribbean, they should chip in some retraining funds, since they're going to save in wages. They should chip in some retraining funds to train the people that they left out here.
Mhm.
That's the way I look at it.
Now, Packwood, when we're back to money,
That
you got to
he
look
sucks.
at the biggest tax gouge on middle and lower income. That was the '86 tax bill that he was chairman of the Senate Finance Committee on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if anybody has a reason to want him out, that's a good one.
I don't really need that one. I have plenty of others.
Well, yeah, I think we all do. I think, my own opinion is that if they go for his diary, okay, I think also the women ought to turn over theirs to see what they had written down about the occasion.
If they have them, I don't know if
Yeah,
they
I
do.
Well, no, I think old Bob, make a great X-rated movie. Personally, I really do. I think that diary would be like worth a lot of money in the X-rated.
Well, we would have
industry.
him and Ted Kennedy all in the same show, right?
Did you happen to see the
Really?
cartoon in the Sunday paper about that?
I loved it.
I
No.
thought it was great.
What?
It was Packwood sitting at the desk with the newspaper saying that the Senate is investigating him, and his lawyer standing behind him, and he's going something about alcoholism, molesting women, something or other, and something other. I think we can probably get this reduced to impersonating a Kennedy. Wait a minute. Can we get sued for that? Shut up. Everybody shut up right now. Are you still there, caller?
We're fortunate in this state because we're still going to have Thanksgiving and Halloween. In
Yeah.
Arkansas, the witch took the turkey away from the state. Have a good evening.
You too.
Enjoy.
Thanks for calling. Listen, if you're waiting on the line with a call, hold on for just a minute. We have a video that we want to roll in and show you. This is a video that was brought to us by our own Kat Majors, who is in this very room right now with me, even as we speak.
As we speak.
And we have a video of hers that we'd like to roll in for you, and it will appear on your screen any second. I just know it will.
In autumn's hope. The leaves cling with brilliant aspirations to the drying limb. They wave one forlorn goodbye and sigh, fluttering to the grave. Hope, a faint shade of green, lingering in summer's wake. Each gasp for breath breaks another stem. The dance begins. One last goodbye waved, then a sigh and a flitter to the grave, a display of fall's fateful grace. Another magnificent pirouette, then a dismissal by the wistful master's sweeping hand. A ballet in the bluster, and hope's shade of green lingers in summer's last dream. Promises rest in shades of brown, stolen from the heart's final beat. Trapped in time's cold hands, the last symbol trembling in the void. Like a wild beast, the wind devouring all beauty in lustful abandon. Passion is meaningless, sterile, and desire will not flourish on the naked limbs. Nor will the endless sighs of winter replace the joy that once sang the songs of sirens that made us all drunken sailors. The tree stands majestically bare, brave to the lonely coming conqueror. The wind, seemingly insane, screams by without blame. Not but a memory remains of the once beautiful canopy, one last bountiful surrender, then the letting go. In autumn's hope, a promised seed.
All right. So, Paul, did you have something you wanted to say about videos?
Well, no, but I'll give it a try. Okay, if you want to send in your videos for future shows, videos can be on any subject, but must be on VHS format, no longer than 5 minutes in length. Tapes cannot be returned without sufficient postage and packaging included. Remember, we cannot play commercials on the show, so please, no spots. Please send the videos to Street Level, care of Little Brother Productions, 1827 Northeast Broadway, number 4, suite number 4, Portland, Oregon, 97232. It should be up on your screen right now, and that is again Street Level, care of Little Brother Productions, 1827 Northeast Broadway, suite number 4, Portland, Oregon, 97323.
So if you have anything on your mind and you'd like Portland to know about it, or if you have a talent that you'd like me and everybody else in Portland to know about it, please use this. Please use that address. Send us that videotape, and if I don't think I'll get sued for it, I'll put it on the air, okay? We got a caller. Caller?
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi there.
Good. How are you guys?
I'm doing good.
Just want to make a comment. You know, you guys, are kind of coming down on Packwood kind of hard. I mean, he hasn't got any criminal charges, or there's no criminal, there's some allegations here, but, okay, it's kind of like there's some smoke and mirrors now. Well, why don't you guys let him, give him some slack and let him, let justice
Is that
No,
better?
that's cool. Love it. But you know, okay, Packwood, you know, he's got there's some smoke there, you know, but you know, kind of, you know, don't beat on him.
Okay,
How about
excuse me.
beating on some graffiti and stuff?
What's your name?
My name's Marv.
Okay, Mark.
Marv, M-A-R-V.
Marv. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Don't you? Okay, wait. The impression I get of Bob right now is he's being a little bit too slick.
Yeah.
Okay, to me that's the problem. I don't want to, like shoot the guy for something we don't really know about.
That's right. That's right.
But he's being slick. He's being really slick, and it bothers me.
Well,
Do you think he's honorable? Do you
What-
think he's honorable?
You got to stand in the man's shoes to understand that. Of course he's being slick. I mean, if the accused is always supposed to have every avenue of defense and stuff. I'm not saying that he's totally innocent or anything, but give justice a chance, right, guys?
Do you think? Yeah, I
That's
agree
true.
that, but
okay, yes, he is no saint, and we're not asking him to be one. However, as a public figure, and he gets paid, how much do you make? $125,000 a year. That's what we pay him. Well, actually, we pay him more than that. He's a senator. We need more, just basic information.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, not slipping around and stuff. Okay, like he's been doing.
Yeah, but did you guys see Fireline today?
no, I didn't.
They had a big subject on him today on Fireline.
Well, give us a synopsis.
Well, it kind of said like, wait a second, there's not even any charges against the guy. There's some allegations by some women's league folk, and there's a lady that was that ran against him 20 years ago,
Yes.
and she wanted to kind of scalp hunt on him. And she's an Oregon lady that.
How many women have allegations against him?
Oh, I guess I'm saying there's a trail here. There's no doubt. But the thing about it is that the statute of limitations ran out. They should have.
Okay,
hey,
Marv,
come on,
let me ask
get
you.
this guy while he's hot.
To me,
Marv, I have two questions for you.
Yeah.
One, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 52.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm an inspector for a major engineering firm.
A major what?
Engineering firm.
Okay. So can I assume that your views are pretty conservative?
Well, no. I believe in a lot of different things. I'm conservative, yes, that's true. But I believe that every man has his day,
Right.
and whether you just don't prejudge folks.
Okay. Okay. But okay. Just don't. But okay. Now I really don't want to, put him on the firing squad.
Right.
But don't you get that impression that Bob is being just like a little bit too slick to be touched? I mean, doesn't this last thing we saw yesterday seem like blackmail?
Oh, you mean with the Senate?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some of that.
Okay.
Now, there's the good old boy thing. Hey, if you guys sweat me, then I'm going to tell something about you guys, right?
is that the way that we should be running government?
No, not at all.
That's the problem that I have with Packwood.
No,
My one question is Packwood an honorable guy, and does the people of the state of Oregon deserve an honorable guy representing them in Washington? And that's why I'm mad at Packwood. Do you understand what?
Sure.
Do you think
sure.
he's an honorable
Okay.
guy?
Marv, you know what? I think you brought up a perfect point. Okay, because we have been taking pot shots at old Bob.
Yeah, sure.
Not just the two of us, but I mean the Oregonian.
Oh, yeah.
Arsenio Hall and Jay Leno and David Letterman and
But,
Yeah.
But come on, guys. Remember, every guy, let the legal thing take its course. Let's not lynch the guy.
nobody's advocating lynching him. I just
Okay,
don't want to pay him
okay.
$135,000 to
Yeah.
act like
Marv, okay,
a
Marv,
used car salesman for crying out
One
loud.
of the things that really bothers me about him, okay, is that slickness. You are supposed to have a residence in your district. He had what was it?
A
trailer?
mobile home. He had a mobile home in,
Yeah,
in
here.
Aloha, and he sold
And
it.
then he sold it, and now he doesn't have one at all.
He has no
in the
legal
state of
residence in Oregon, and he
Yeah.
represents
And
the
this was
state.
after he got elected. Now, I think that is like really tripping on the letter of the law to really, you know,
Well, I'm certainly not defending him, but look, guys, is that a requirement? You have to have 4,000 acres in Oregon to
No,
no.
I understand that you do have to have an official residence in Oregon.
Well,
No,
then could that be a mailbox? I mean, what is the limit of the law?
If he lives in a mailbox, it's fine with me.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, is that you got to realize what the legal requirements are for an Oregon resident. It could be a mailbox. For
yeah, but
Christ's sake.
okay. Legal is one thing. Moral is quite another.
Sure. You're exactly right, guys.
You should know. I mean, I feel that
Ethical. You're talking about ethics.
exactly. Okay,
Exactly.
thank you very much. I mean, I don't want to hang the guy on a legal technicality, but I want him to be upright and standing. I mean, if the things that he did were wrong and he made an honest mistake, okay,
Yeah.
I will accept that.
Sure.
However,
He's not admitting anything.
he's not coming across like that.
Yeah.
That's what's really bothering me, okay?
Yeah.
He gave us an apology a few months ago, and then when somebody asked him what he was apologizing for, he refused to answer the question. Okay? The
Yeah.
point of the matter is that, I mean, he's just really slimy.
Yeah.
And I think Oregon deserves better.
You're probably right. I love to play the kind of like the devil's advocate. I like to say, hey, come on, let's look at this really great. I mean,
Yes.
let's look at the other side of the coin.
Okay.
And let's try to analyze the situation and say, well, wait a minute. Did this guy really do all this stuff, or there's something there? Of course, there's something there. But let's don't lynch the guy. Let's let the guys with the badges and the guys with the legal degrees and everything bring him to justice if that's the case. And I wish to heaven that those women that, if he did do this, why didn't they come forward sooner? Now the statute of limitations is gone in most of the cases.
Right.
And now we're stuck with something that, a bunch of smoke and mirrors, and he's, got his lawyers and things going this way and that way. So,
Excellent.
I'll tell you why I don't think those
and
women...
he's in there for another 6 years, by the way, guys.
Right. Excellent point.
I think the reason why other women don't come forward is, I mean, we all witnessed what happened to Anita Hill when she came forward, and the very same thing is going to happen to any woman who steps forward and says anything about any senator. I mean, that's the whole thing. I clearly understand. And as far as the statute of limitations, that's another legal technicality that could get him off the hook. I'm not having a problem with that. What I'm having a problem with is
I am.
the point of the matter is this the kind of character of person that Oregon deserves representing them in
Wait a
Washington?
second.
And my
Wait a
answer
minute.
is no.
I have a problem here. Okay, Marv, are you still there? Okay, one of the things that I want to say, hi, is Ronald Reagan. I was going to talk about this last week, but this is good a time as any. Ronald Reagan, Caspar Weinberger, give me some names.
Fitzwater or Scowcroft and
Well, he lied too. I mean, Fitzwater lied. He can't
what's
do
the
nothing.
McFarlane?
Yeah, Robert McFarlane. Oh, yeah. Okay, the biggie, Oliver North. They told some fibs. If it was a fish, you'd be in the record books. I mean, it came out, what, was it last week or week before?
What?
When I told you about that, when they got busted totally. But they were beyond the,
Statute of limitations.
exactly. Okay, so they're all just going to walk away
So
from
suddenly it's not a
that-
crime.
Right, that crap, that Iran-Contra crap, okay?
Like that.
Now, I mean, they got busted. Ugh.
Caller, you're on the air. Hi, caller.
Hi, I just wanted to respond to a comment that you made a little earlier. My name's Scott Thompson. I didn't really like you talking about used car salesmen. That was a big joke. Hey,
Hi, Steve.
hey, Paul. Hey, I just want to throw one at you. How do you guys feel about this stuff that's going on with Beavis and Butthead and this movie about a guy laying down in front of on a highway and getting killed, which is very unfortunate. But Beavis and Butthead is now being moved to a later time slot, which it's not that big of a deal, but
Well,
and that movie is being re-released with the scene
the
cut
program.
out of the kid laying down
Right,
in front
the
of
program.
on the road. I mean, it's all bad stuff, but you know, what road are we headed down when you know stuff like that's happening? I mean, it's going to lead up to people like you guys not being able to get on the air and speak your piece too. You know, that's the
I don't know why they didn't do this to Jerry Lewis movies, man. There was a lot of dangerous stuff in Jerry Lewis movies, but he never got sued. I wonder what's up.
That's true. I think okay. I gotta agree with you, Steve. We're headed down a real dangerous road here. I was just talking about Ronald Reagan and so forth and so on, but we have I've got a list of big companies that have done just serious money crimes, and the Senate is messing around with Beavis and Butthead. And the only thing I can think of is Nero Fiddles while Rome burns. Yeah. And it bothers me. It bothers me. They shouldn't be on so little kids can see them. However, as an artist, am I responsible for what's in your head?
Exactly. That's the kind of thing that I think is real dangerous. I mean, Dennis Miller said, if your kid can be pushed over the edge by anything a rock and roll musician said, you're just not doing your job as a parent, okay? Yeah. And I mean, really, that's where it all comes down to. I mean, it's the way that we raise our kids, and I'm not blaming parents for this, because it seems to me like part of the thing that parents are dealing with is that now you have to have a two-income family just to have a level that is comfortable for children to be raised in. And so you don't really have the kind of time to be a parent that you used to. I think it's economics.
That's not true. You can't do that. You got to have, you have to set up your own system so that you don't end up with that mom works 20 miles away and dad works 25 miles away and the kids are going to school at home. Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean that's up to you to do that. You can't, let the circumstances do that to you. Because otherwise, yes, you're going to have the program on one side and Beavis and Butthead from the other. And then Homer
if our
Simpson.
economy was such where you could just get a job anywhere you wanted to, that would be great. But I mean, that's not the reality that we're living in.
Well, I think what we're talking here is in a lot of cases, small business, do stuff at home, more stuff at home. Start trying to live on. We're talking repairing appliances as opposed to buying new ones.
Mm-hmm. Tighten our belts.
I think so. I really think so.
We got another caller?
Hello?
Hi.
I got a little sort of a statement and a question about the OCA. I live in Gresham, and I was going to the grocery store the other day with my mother, and on my way in, there's this gentleman with a clipboard, and I use the word gentleman loosely, who just sort of called out to us, almost accosting us, and said, would you like to sign this petition against giving homosexuals special rights? And then he had the nerve to say it's not discrimination. And I was really bothered by the fact that here I am going into a grocery store and I've got somebody accosting me to sign this petition. And my mother, of course, she got upset, so she went to complain to the manager of the store. It was Food for Less. And the manager said, well, we can't really do anything. They can do whatever they want out there. And all we did was sign this little complaint form, And I'm wondering, how is it that they can do that, and how is it that the stores can just let it happen?
The stores don't have to let it happen. If enough people complain, those people will be out of there, and you can bet on that.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that it's really good that you signed that little complaint form, and you should. I'm glad that you called us. Where is that store again?
It's Food for Less in Gresham.
Food for Less in Gresham.
How close
so
were
if you
they?
live in Gresham and you're having a problem with that, make sure that you say something to the people at Food for Less about those people petitioning, and those people can request that they leave. And although Fred Meyer won a lawsuit against the OCA wanted to collect signatures in their parking lot. Fred Meyer said no, and so the OCA sued him. Well, Fred Meyer won. The Fred Meyer stores do not have to allow that on the premises.
Well, why do they allow it on there in the first place?
Well, they don't. But
it's easier than not.
Yeah, they don't do that. They don't allow it. But I don't want to be rude, but a lot of the stuff like cockroaches, where they just infiltrate, and there's not a whole lot you can do about them sometimes. I mean, while you're, you know, guarding the back door, they're at the front door, and vice versa. And you know, you know, there's some real scare tactics in there that they have no compulsions about using.
And the OCA, they're pretty nasty guys. I mean, they will accomplish what it is that they wish to accomplish eventually, because they're just going to continue to be persistent, you know. And the fact of the matter is that the Oregon Citizens Alliance keeps pounding away at this issue about homosexuality because it works for them. It's gotten them millions of dollars, okay?
And they're not really, I personally don't think they're really concerned with homosexuality.
They're concerned with money.
Yeah.
And political power.
Yeah, I think it comes down to power and cash. Because if what you might want to do is write them and get a list, you know, get all the pamphlets and stuff they got, and then you'll see a list of their agendas. They parallel the Nazi Party.
And they accuse the militant homosexuals of doing the same thing. Say goodnight, Paul. We got to go.
Good night, Paul.
Thanks for watching Street Level, and to all of you callers who called in. It was really fun talking with you. Thank you for talking. Next time we will be on. Let's see. Next show will be Tuesday evening, a week from tonight, at 8 p.m. right here on Channel 33. And if you want to see the replays, they will be on Friday at 10 p.m. on Channel 27, Mondays at 10 p.m. on Channel 11. And we will see you next week. God bless you all. Good night.
Even though we may see a little stormy weather, got to keep this ship from capsizing. Got to keep our love light on the rise, yeah, because this time I feel it to the bone. Got to keep love strong. This time I feel it to the bone. Got to keep love strong. We chose each other out of all the fish in the sea. I cast my net out and I brought your love home to me. And I whisper in my talk with God above. I want to thank Him for sending me you to love, because